following me?
Just making sure you ain't causing no trouble.
Never got caught sleeping on the job.
Nah, nigga just got caught.
Man, fuck you.
Fuck you,
Come
nigga.
on, man.
Listen, I got some bad news. The next tour's been canceled.
So how you gonna pay child support and keep us out of the red now?
Getting tired of your black ass.
What in the Duffy, we gotta bounce. You got a back door?
You fast, bro, but you ain't fast on drugs!
You getting real high and mighty, mama. Besides, when you were my age, you were on what, baby number 1 or 2? You can't tell me
Everybody calm down!
That's for her. Like I said, I want to earn mine, if you let me.
You need to put your man on, he look bad. Tell that nigga with an ounce of something or something.
Oh, you got you drinking that cheap ass.
Tro keeps the good for himself.
That's the way I see it. We move all this ourselves. What the plug need with Meech?
Yes, sir. What's the deal with it, YouTube? What's good with y'all? What's up with everybody? I'll go by the name of DC, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about BMF Season 4, Episode 2. This is my review, my thoughts, my breakdown, my recap to Episode 2, and how I felt about the episode overall. But before I get into this video and break down the episode for y'all, if you're coming across my channel for the first time and you like BMF content like me, hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all BMF content I post on my channel. Hit the like button to help the video get recommended across the algorithm, and leave any of your thoughts, theories, and predictions that you have that you want to leave down below in the comment section. Now, without further ado, I'm gonna hop right into this video and break down this episode for y'all because we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. I ain't gonna lie. Episode 2 was solid. This was a great episode from start to finish. This episode was kind of toned down compared to episode 1. This felt like a build-up episode to me, but overall, I enjoyed this episode. Now, I'm gonna start the recap off with talking about Nicole first and the stuff that she had going on in this episode. In this episode, we saw Nicole get arrested when she was hanging out with Breeze. Nicole was kicking it with her boyfriend Breeze in this episode, and she ended up losing her virginity in this episode as well. And while her and Breeze was kicking it, doing what they was doing, the police pulled up on them and took both of them to jail. And the only reason why Breeze and Nicole went to jail in this episode is because the car that Meech gave to Nicole in episode 1 as a graduation gift came back stolen. And Meech found out about this car being stolen when Lucille called Meech in this episode to let him know about Nicole being arrested. So the next following day, Lucille told Nicole about what the cops told her about Nicole and Breeze having sex in Nicole's car, and she should be ashamed of herself and all this stuff. And right after she said that, Nicole told Lucille she's getting real high and mighty, and them new fancy church robes is getting to her head. She like, look, you getting real high and mighty, like, I got in trouble because of Meech. Like, Meech was the one that gave me that stolen car. And I'm an adult. Like, if I want to drive and have sex in the backseat of my car, like, that's what I could do. Like, I don't need your permission for that. As well as telling Lucille that she was pregnant on her first or second baby when she was Nicole's age. And at first, when I saw this scene in the episode 2 trailer, I was mad at Nicole for disrespecting her mama because I ain't feel like she should be disrespecting Lucille like that. But after watching this episode, bruh, I ain't mad at Nicole for what she said to her mom. I'm not mad about this. It was disrespectful as hell. Don't get me wrong. Nicole was wrong as hell for disrespecting Lucille in her own house. Nicole was wrong as hell for disrespecting her mama in her own house. But at the same time, Lucille needed to hear this, bruh. Lucille needed to hear this. Lucille was acting real high and mighty in this episode, bruh. And she was talking a lot of shit. Especially to Charles, bruh. Especially to Charles. Lucille was stressing Charles the hell out in this episode for no reason, bruh. Like, she was just causing unnecessary ass stress for no reason throughout the episode, bruh. For no reason. Like, Charles was struggling to come up with the money to bail Nicole out of jail in this episode because we all know Charles don't like asking Meech and Terry for shit. He don't never want to ask them for nothing, so he did what he had to do in this episode to come up with the money by pounding the guitar that Meech gave to him in the season 2 finale. And Lucille still has something to say. Like, Lucille just kept running her mouth in this episode about everything. And then when Charles found out in this episode that he wasn't going back on tour because one of the lead singers in the Campbell's Brothers group needs to have vocal cord surgery, I believe, and they don't know how long it's going to take for the singer to recover from that. And Charles wasn't even off the phone for 5 seconds, bruh. 5 seconds. And Lucille came up in there talking shit, talking about some goddamn child support. Like, child support? Last time I checked, Meech and Terry is over 18, goddammit. Them is 2 whole ass grown adults. And like Nicole said in this episode, she grown. She ain't no child no more. Like, I don't know what the hell Lucille thought she was doing by asking for some goddamn child support. And then got the nerve to tell Charles he need to go beg for his job back. Like, Lucille was wilding the hell out in this episode, bro. Lucille was wilding the hell out. I'm glad Nikki checked her mama in this episode and told her about herself, like I said earlier in the video. It was disrespectful for her to disrespect Lucille in her own house. She's not supposed to disrespect her mama in her own house. But at the same time, Lucille was doing too much, bruh. She was doing too much throughout the episode. And Nicole telling Lucille about herself was something that she needed to hear because Lucille was doing too much. Now, moving on to Meech, Detective Bryant in the Red Dog unit. In this episode, we saw Detective Bryant continue to be what he was on throughout the first 3 seasons of BMF and continue to try to apprehend Meech as usual. But this time around, Detective Bryant had help and he decided to team up with the Red Dog unit in this episode to try to take down Meech. Because in this episode, we saw Detective Bryant pull up to the Techwood projects to drop off Milton's father. We know in episode 1, Detective Bryant and Milton's father was at an AA meeting with each other grieving the losses of their sons, and as expected, these two have grown a closer bond with each other ever since. So while Bryant was at the Techwood projects, the Red Dog unit raided the Techwood projects like they normally do, and they caught Detective Bryant as he was trying to leave out the Techwood projects, and they beat his ass. And they took him to jail. He got his ass beat and took him to jail in this episode, bruh. He got his ass whooped and took him to jail in this episode, bruh. Like, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. So right after Bryant got out of jail, Bryant received a phone call from a detective by the name of Detective Waters that's out in Detroit, and he called Bryant to tell him about Nicole being arrested for riding in a stolen car and that the car was registered out in Georgia. And while this was going on across town, Meech and Duffy was having a conversation about Nicole being arrested and learned about the car that Meech gave to Nicole as a gift was reported back stolen, and came to the conclusion that if Nicole's car was reported stolen, then the rest of the cars that they got from the dealership where they got Nicole's car at could also come back reported stolen. So Meech and Duffy went down to the car dealership to try to figure out why Nicole's car was being reported as stolen, and as they was conversating with the car dealer, Meech looked out the window and saw that Detective Bryant was outside. Like, both Detective Bryant and Meech pulled up to this car dealership at the same time. So Meech being Meech, he decided to dip out the back door when he saw Detective Bryant. He told the car dealer, he like, look, bruh, that man that's coming outside, like, yeah, I need you to keep your mouth shut if he come in here asking any questions about me. Silence is golden. Duffy gonna come through later on in the day and pay you some money, but I'm about to hit this back door and get the hell out of here. And the car dealer didn't have no problem with doing that. She didn't have no problem with this at all. She told Brian he needs a search warrant in order to view her transaction history. She kept it solid and held it down. She ain't tell him nothing. So the next following day, Hardy pulled up on Detective Bryant to tell him about the intel that he got from a friend at air traffic control that's out at the Fulton County Airport about a flight that's coming in from Columbia to Miami. And with Bryant telling Hardy about Meech having a Columbia Connect in the episode, Hardy and Bryant decided to team up together so they could take down Meech. And I just knew that this plan was not about to go well. This was not about to go well. Because the Red Dog unit decided to jump the gun too early. They jumped the gun too early, all because of this dude right here, Officer Kane. Officer Kane felt like it was a good idea to jump the gun early without checking the scenery to make sure Meech was there, because Brian was like, nah, bruh, we can't make a move yet until we see Meech. Like, that's going to mess everything up. But Kong ain't want to listen. Kong wasn't trying to listen to anything Brian had to say. So the Red Dog unit jumped the gun early and rolled up on Loco's crew and assumed that they had guns on them and shot Loco's crew. And then ended up getting shot at by the police that was there at the airport waiting for them to show up. Like, Meech literally walked Detective Bryant and the Red Dog unit into a trap. Like, Meech literally walked these niggas into a trap, bro. He literally walked these niggas into a trap. And Officer Khan got smoked because he couldn't just kick back and relax, leaving Detective Bryant and the rest of the Red Dog unit looking stupid as hell while Meech was watching from a distance. And instead of having the shipment sent out to Atlanta, Meech decided to send the shipment out to St. Louis with Jay Pusher. And this pissed me off, because not like that, bruh. Why the hell would Meech send Jay Pusher all this goddamn work, bruh? Like, I don't understand why Meech would do this. Like, he should have sent this to Terry more than anything. Like, him sending all this work to Jay Pusher was dumb as hell, bruh. This was dumb as hell. Because now Jay Pusher trying to backdoor Meech. He trying to backdoor Meech and become the Connect. Jay Pusher wants to sell all the bricks and get rid of the middleman and deal with the Connect directly instead of going through Meech. And I can already tell, going into these next upcoming episodes of BMF, that Jay Pusher is about to be a problem, bruh. He about to be a problem. Based off the episode 3 trailer, it's looking like Jay Pushin already went forward with his plan that he came up with in this episode and sold all of those bricks. It's looking like he done got rid of each and every last one of those goddamn bricks. So I don't know how Meech is going to handle this situation, because Terry tried to warn Meech in episode 1 that Jay Pusher was on bullshit. And now Meech is starting to see that Terry might be right about Jay Pusher being a snake. I don't know how Meech is going to handle this Jay Pusher situation, but I do believe in these next upcoming episodes of BMF, both Meech and Jay Pusher will have a fallout with each other. And with Meech already setting up shop in St. Louis, I believe he's going to start to look at new people to deal with that's out in St. Louis, which is going to lead to him in the direction of Sheik Mooney's Bay character at some point later on down the line in season 4. Now, moving on to B. Mickey. In this episode, we finally saw B. Mickey have a conversation with Terry in this episode after trying to have a conversation with him and Meech in episode 1. We know in episode 1 we found out about B. Mickey's daughter having serious health issues in that episode, and we saw the continuation of that going on in this episode as well. And things is getting worse for B. Mickey's daughter when it comes to the health issues that his daughter was dealing with. And B. Mickey's girlfriend doesn't think they could wait any more longer for their daughter's next surgery. So B. Mickey went to go try to seek some help from Lucille in this episode and see if Lucille Church could help out with his daughter's next surgery. And Lucille ain't had no money. She ain't really had much to give like that. And like I said, B. Mickey was really down bad in this episode, bro. Like, B. Mickey was really going through it. He was really going through it to the point where he had to ask Mama Lucille for help. Like, you know B. Mickey is going through it when he got to ask Meech and Terry moms for help. Like, B. Mickey was really going through it in this episode, and I was really feeling bad for him. I was really feeling bad for your boy B. Mickey. So, while B. Mickey was at work in this episode trying to get his ends by any means necessary, B. Mickey caught Hoops slipping at his job after he noticed that Hoops was following him. And B. Mickey got pissed when he saw Hoops outside of his job. He like, look, bruh, I don't do nothing but go to work, sleep, take care of my daughter. You don't need to be following me around and stuff. Like, tell Meech to come talk to me like a man. Well, tell Terry to come talk to me like a man since you working for Terry and you answer to him only. Tell him to come talk to me like a man instead of having you follow me around. And that's what Hoops did. Hoop went back and told Terry that B. Mickey wanted to have a conversation with him. And Terry finally sat down with B. Mickey in this episode to have a conversation with him. And as expected, B. Mickey told Terry he wanted back in and he wanted to get back down with BMF again. And Terry wasn't going for it. But Terry did try to slide B. Mickey some cash for his daughter's next surgery, but B. Mickey didn't want it. And B. Mickey better than me because I would have took that goddamn money, bro. I would have took that money. B. Mickey tripping. Like, I understand he wants to earn it and he don't want no handouts. But I would have took this goddamn money. I'm sorry, y'all would have took this goddamn money, but hey, B. Mickey ain't want the money. But I do believe Terry is about to let B. Mickey back into BMF, bruh. I definitely believe he about to let B. Mickey back into BMF. I don't see Terry being standoffish towards B. Mickey much longer. If anything, I believe Terry is going to use B. Mickey to take care of his dirty work for him. But at the same time, I still do believe Terry is going to keep his eyes on B. Mickey. I believe he going to let B. Mickey back in slowly, but I do believe he's going to keep his eyes on B. Mickey just in case if he feels like B. Mickey might try some backdoor funny stuff again. I definitely think that's what's going to happen. I definitely think Terry is going to bring B. Mickey back into the BMF organization. And by the end of season 4, I do believe B. Mickey will find a way to get back on Terry and Meech's good graces. But continuing on with Terry, in this episode, we saw Terry lock down the deal with Isaac Roberts in this episode to expand out to South Carolina. We know in episode 1, Markeisha told Terry about this Isaac Roberts character and how she felt like it would be a good idea for Terry and Isaac to do business with each other, as well as giving Terry a little bit more background about this Isaac Roberts character and why he wants to work with Terry. And the reason behind that is because the Coast Guards keep busting stuff and making it difficult for Isaac to get his drugs. So with the help of Markeisha, Terry was able to lock in a deal with Isaac Roberts and expand to South Carolina. And with Terry locking in this deal with Isaac Roberts, Markeisha told Terry she wants a percentage of all sales moving forward for helping set up this business deal between Isaac and Terry. And I will say Markeisha is wrong for this, but at the same time, she not wrong for asking for her cut. Like, if it wasn't for Markeisha, Terry wouldn't be doing business with Isaac Roberts. If it wasn't for her, Terry wouldn't have locked down that deal with Isaac Roberts, bruh. He wouldn't have. So I understand why Markeisha wanted to cut out of this. I'm not mad at her for wanting to cut. It was her play in the first place, so hey, it is what it is. But other than that, I ain't got too much else to say about this episode. Again, this episode was solid. This was a great episode. If you made it to the end of this video and you like the video that I uploaded and created, hit that like button to help this video get recommended across the algorithm. Hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all content I post on my channel. And leave any of your thoughts, theories, and predictions that you have that you want to leave down below in the comment section. I'm going to get at y'all later. Much love to everybody that's been rocking with me and supporting the channel. I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe and God bless.